Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back, Jamie here today, and we're going to be ranking all the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films from worst to best, including the latest 2022 film as well. And I've done a review on every single one of these films, so if you're more curious about like my in-depth thoughts of each film, go and check them out. Number 9 is going to be Leatherface 2017, the prequel, which none of us wanted. Like, it was just not needed, this film. It's definitely the worst of the franchise, no doubt. It feels like it was a different story and they just changed it to try and suit it to Leatherface. Like, it's ridiculous. The opening and the ending is not bad, I guess, but that's it really. And just the whole like twist of how this normal guy ends up becoming Leatherface, it's just it just wasn't needed, man. This film, I'm never watching this film again. Definitely the worst of the franchise, no doubt. Number 8, I've got Texas Chainsaw 3D, which is a sequel to the original, like they've done quite a few times, but again, the best part of this film is the opening. It's full of plot holes. The 3D is ridiculous. The kills, you barely see anything. Like I said, the best part is the opening with Bill Moseley playing Drayton, and like they sort of recreated the house a little bit, even though, you know, the Pretty Lady mask is so stupid. It just looks like a Trick or Treat Studios mask. Again, this isn't the worst of the franchise, but it's definitely close. Apart from the opening, the rest of it's just meh. Number 7, I got Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, which to me, it's just generic. It doesn't stand out from the rest. It just feels like a normal film. Like, the family just feel like rip-offs of everyone else as well. And it's like, you don't even mention this family throughout it. And this is the problem with the series. The continuity is all over the place. But who would even, like, he's got a daughter in this? Like, what? His mask looks good, though. I guess Leatherface isn't that bad. There's worse portrayals of the character, but this film's just forgettable. It's just meh. It's just, you know, I barely remember it. Number 6, I got Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. Now, say what we want about this film, at least it's memorable. It's like batshit crazy, yeah, but it's unique in a way, and you know, it's not forgettable like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. The meta elements of the horror genre at the time, like, you know, horror was dying. This is before Scream. Like, even the portrayal of Leatherface, like, it's annoying, but it's a comment on how horror was these days. Horror villains were just neutered. Like, it's just a comment on how the genre was at this time. But Matthew McConaughey steals the show here, man. He really does. And the final girl in it, she can run. You know, the whole Illuminati thing as well. Like I said, it's meta aspect, but I don't think it's the worst. Some people think this is the worst, and I can see why. But to me, it's entertaining, and you know, if the film's entertaining, that's good enough for me. It's definitely not the worst of the franchise though, like some people think it is. For number 5, I've got the latest film, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. Now, I thought Leatherface and the kills in this were amazing. Like, the characters were annoying, but obviously it's a slasher film, like you can give or take with that, but I thought the design of Leatherface was really good. And the kills, even though some of them was CGI, it was good. Like that, come on, when he gets on that bus and just starts, we get an actual Chainsaw Massacre inside a Chainsaw Massacre film. It gets points for that. Hopefully they do a sequel, like, you know, the end credits when he's going back home. Maybe they bring back some of the old family or something. I don't know how you would do that, but that would be pretty cool to see. But I feel like this gets hated on quite a lot as well. Like, people thought it was woke. It wasn't really woke if you think about it. The characters were annoying though, I'll give you that. They definitely were annoying. I hate the characters inside this film. For number 4, I got Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning. Another prequel. This film has 2 prequels, but I feel like this one does more right than the other one. Like, Hoyt is just amazing. You know, R. Lee Hermie is amazing, man. He really is. He definitely steals the show in this and the remake, but it's not a bad prequel. Like, some of the questions I didn't really need answering, but at the same time, Leatherface is brutal. The characters aren't bad. The kills are good as well. And it definitely like is brutal, this film. 2006 when it came out. You know, go and check out my review, like I said, but I prefer this over Leatherface any day. This is a pretty decent prequel. Now we're getting into the top 3. For number 3, I've got Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the 2003 remake. I think this might be one of the best horror remakes of all time, you know. It does something different, like, you know, the family's different and stuff. They didn't just try and completely remake the original. They made it their own, which was good. Again, like I said, Hoyt is just amazing, man. He steals the show constantly. I would love to see Hoyt and, like, Chop Top and stuff all inside the same film with Drayton, but we're never going to see that. The final girl's good as well. And Leatherface, like I said, the look of Leatherface is brutal. One of my best Leatherfaces, no doubt. And this is a really good remake. I'd put it up there with the best ones. Like, Evil Dead is more of a reboot, I guess, but this, in terms of remakes, definitely up there for one of the best. And now we get into the final 2. For number 2, it's going to piss some people off, but number 2, I got the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This film is unique. It feels like a snuff film, it really does. It's definitely gritty. It's got the dark comedy elements in some aspects as well. Overall, like, it's a good film, but you just, you know, you don't watch it all the time to get entertained, you know what I mean? Like I said, it feels like a snuff film. Like, it's definitely one of the greatest of all time, but compared to like what's my number one, I can watch that and always get entertained. Like this is more of a, you know, actual horror film where you feel kind of disgusting after watching it, but it is, you know, it's a classic for a reason. It really is. Nothing else is going to top the original. Like they're not going to come close to it, and that's what I like about my first pick, which you'll see in a minute. They did something different. But yeah, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is number 2 for me. I know a lot of people that's their favourite, but for me, let's just get into it. Number 1, my favourite Texas Chainsaw Massacre is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Now this is just amazing, man. I love how they just went completely over the top with the comedy. Like Tobe Hooper's like, I can't top the original, let's just do something different. The soundtrack is amazing as well. I love the soundtrack. It's probably one of my favourite like actual soundtracks inside a film. Chop Top, what can you say about Chop Top? Bill Moseley, man, steals the show here. Obviously Leatherface is more of a comedy character inside this, but still, like, he wanted to do something different, and you know, you gotta respect him for that. It's just a fun movie, it really is. Like, you could just watch this and be entertained. The kills are pretty decent as well. The characters are really good stretch as well. It's just overall, I think this is probably one of the best horror sequels as well, to be honest. Like I said, Tobe Hooper knew he couldn't match the original, so he decided to do something completely different, and it works for me, man. I understand that some people might, oh, it's too comedy for me or whatever, but it's one of my favourite films of all time, no doubt. Yeah, that's my ranking of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films. Let me know yours inside the comments down below. Do we have the same ranking or do you disagree? Let me know. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new. Until next time, peace out in a bit.